Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This violin lesson will be on the Mendelssohn Violin Concerto First Movement Part 7, starting measure 363, and we'll go down to 418. It's kind of a the slower section with the introduction after the cadenza. I always like this moment where after the cadenza, where we've got everything stirred up. This, it's so passionate and yet it's controlled. It's not like the first time where we have those arpeggiated runs going up and down, and then a long run up and then slowly coming down. He kind of makes it shorter. He makes it concentrated, and it's very, very beautiful on the A string. It's just kind of building the tension, so he's building the tension to this, and then we have that run going down. So it's just really just relax. It's not very difficult, but just relax and enjoy the passion of this very simple line that Mendelssohn wrote. And then we come down to the long note, and we're back into the tune in the 63 tempo. Very, very similar, almost I would say identical in a different key than the first time it happens, but this time he puts it on the E string. And of course the E string is special for Mendelssohn. The violinist he wrote the concerto for asked if he would play the whole first introduction on the E string, which we do. And here we have another beautiful, beautiful line. And even though it's the same as the first time, it feels different on the E and the A string, where the first time it's on the A and the D string. That's a nice touch on his part. And I would definitely recommend for you younger students that are working this, be really conscious when you get to these dotted quarters. Oh, here. Don't rush them. Make sure they're filled out. The tendency is to cut them short. So just be aware of that. I recommend play the passage at 63 with the metronome, and listen to the metronome. Some of my students put on the metronome and they don't play with the metronome. You have to stick with the metronome, almost like when you're in an orchestra and the conductor's beating time. You have to stick with the group. That's part of the game, right? And you learn how to express within these parameters. So as you heard when I played, even though I'm playing by myself, I'm still feeling that stretch of the dotted quarter to the eighth note. So you don't want to rush that. And then, as I said, when you get to that high G sharp in measure 399, that's a beautiful moment. That is so beautiful, maybe a little slide. And so going through here, you can look at my fingerings. I played a lot of this on the A string. And then toward the end of it at 411, with that harmonic E, you just want to let that, you notice how I control the bow, have enough bow for that E, and then let it fall off. And then, then we come to, in my part it has a letter M. We're back from the 4 sharps to 1 sharp. That's another very exciting. He makes it very short. The first time he extends it with triplets, the runs going up before we get into all that fiery action. Here he just does that little 4 bars, and then we're right into the triplets right there. And of course this triplet section that's coming up is not as difficult. I'll talk about it in a moment in part 8. But I think that you can enjoy this passage that we've just talked about all through, and and sort of prepare yourself for the big finish, because that's what's happening. We got about a page and a half left, and then the first movement of the concerto is over. So we'll get to it. Let's get right into part 8, and we'll see you on that next video. Take care.